Hey guys, what's up? So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about a subject that I don't really talk about much, school and exams. So let me get into it. So yesterday I wrote my first actual exam, like we went into the theater and stuff like that. And let's just say that writing an exam is harder than I actually thought it would be. So first I had to study, which was a fucking trip and a half, because I'm looking at this math, and obviously I never really got it taught properly. Like, I was listening in class and stuff, but there would be these kids that would, like, try to start shit in the back. Like, they'd be, like, throwing shit. Or they'd come up to me and go, Chase, can I touch your feet? Chase, can I touch your legs? Chase, let me touch your beautiful face. And I'd look at them cockeyed, and I'd sometimes let them do and sometimes not, depending on the mood I was in. Because, like, no person, and I'm not even friends with these kids. Like, that's the thing. I'm just kind of like there, and they know me. Know me because of my YouTube channel and my online identity, but that's besides the point. So I just let them touch me, and then they just do weird shit to me. And then, like, I had this joke where I'd say I'd fuck everyone's mom when I turned 16. And so I said that randomly one day in class. I'm like, they were judging me for saying that to some girl. I'm like, you know what age of consent in Canada is? 16. So just you wait till I fuck all your mothers. And the class instantly went silent, giving more embarrassment for that episode. Teacher comes up to me and yells at me a little bit, saying, I need to watch what I say, otherwise I was just going to get sent to the office. Told my parents about it, they just laughed about it. But suffice to say, I did not learn shit in that math class. So I'm trying to study for this exam, and of course, I'm like bored as hell, looking at these papers, doing the work, doing this, doing that, getting okay marks on it. So I'm like, okay, well, whatever. And so I studied till 11 the one night, and then I don't go to bed till 2. So I wake up the next morning around 6:45, energetic as fuck. I listen to music, I drink coffee, 2 cups of coffee, which was probably not a good idea, as you'll see later in the story. And then I go to school. I get on the bus. I'm the only high school kid on that bus that's actually in high school. So that was great. So I go and I transfer to the other bus, and I'm not the only high school kid on that bus. There's a few other kids in there. And so I go to school, and I get off the bus, and I go into the school. So I go walk around, and I go talk to my print media teacher. Now, my print media teacher is one of my favorite teachers at that school. Actually, no, not one of my favorite teachers. She's my favorite teacher at that school. So I talk with her about my life a little bit and, like, what had been going on recently and stuff like that. And so I go and I go to the math. And when I go back there, they have the door open. They're putting us into the theater. It's because we have this theater in my school. Like, our school has a theater and a pool, which I don't know why we need a pool, but yeah. I guess that's what happens when you live in a small town. Well, anyway, we get rushed into this theater. We're all sitting down. We find spots, and I try to sit in this one spot, but this girl's there, and it was beside one of my friends. And so I go, and I sit next to this girl, like 2 seats over. So I go, and the teacher starts talking. Like we're sitting down, and I think it was like 9:04 at this point. And so they start explaining the exam to us and how this exam is worth how much of your grade, blah, blah, blah. Don't cheat. That our calculator is going away after an hour. And so I'm like, okay. We all say okay, and we start on the exam. Now we have our calculators for the first part. And so I start looking at this math booklet. I start getting some of it done. And then my mind instantly goes from math to, all right, let's start thinking about the latest song I've listened to. And with how my mind works, it tends to play whatever song I was listening to in my mind, and I can pick out every detail of it. So I had freaking Anthem of 2000 by Silverchair, California Love original version by Tupac, Schism by Tool, and like a bunch of other stuff playing in my mind at that point, just because I couldn't focus on this exam. And then I started thinking about fucking other people. Like, oh, I wonder how Darius is doing. I wonder what I'm going to do after. And it's like, I'm trying to do this math test, but I can't when my mind is all thinking about this. So I sit there and I do it all in like 2.5 hours, I think it was. Get the math exam done. And I'm like, okay, well, now what the fuck do I do? So I go talk to the print media teacher again until she leaves. And then I leave the school. I proceed to walk around the small town I live in for 2 hours, I think it was, until I went back to the school freezing. Sat there for like an hour, got onto the bus. I was the only high school kid on that bus. Got onto the next bus, only kid on that bus that's high school too. So I got home at the same time, which kind of pissed me off because like half of us aren't even on this bus. So why are we still getting home at like different times? Oh well, whatever. I get home, I talk with my dad about school and stuff, and he said, hopefully you passed because I need that credit. And yeah, I fucking hate exams. They're so fucking useless.